that really pushed. That was a really smart thing for Burger King to do. Like Burger King now
Mhm.
is like dead, bro. Like I think there's one Burger King in like a 50-mile radius from here. Like there's like none of them around.
I prefer Burger King over McDonald's any day.
What is wrong with you, Wes? What are you talking about? I prefer old Domino's. I prefer new Burger King. What are you talking about, man?
Yep, I prefer. I've always preferred Burger King over McDonald's any day of the week.
All right, it's time for brand mascots and their games. So, as I mentioned earlier, some of these are probably corporate cash grabs. We got to start out with one of them. That is that. Yo, Noid.
Definitely a cash grab.
The Noid is bringing a slice of joy this holiday season in his new action-packed video game from Capcom. Yo Noid is now available for you and your family to enjoy this Christmas.
Cash grab. Domino's. Who liked Domino's back then? Nobody. It's actually not too bad now. But back then, it was trash. If you're eating Domino's, you're eating garbage.
Really? Okay. See, I'm the opposite. I
What?
hate Domino's now. Then Domino's was good.
Wes,
Yep. Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it now.
you've got to be kidding me. They
Kid
were
you not,
horrible
man.
back then. Domino's was terrible back then.
Maybe it was my Domino's because my Domino's,
Okay.
their pizza was good. Like now, my kids are like, hey, let's order Domino's, and I cringe. I'm like, ugh. Only if I really have to.
Here's what I'll tell you about the new Domino's. They make a pan pizza. Very good.
Mhm.
That's usually what I get from there is a pan pizza.
Okay. All right. But anyway, they did have a mascot back in the day.
Yes, they had a mascot named Yo Noid. Who
Yo
was this little
Noid.
red guy with like antenna. I guess was he an ant? What the hell was he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I don't know the history.
he was designed, I guess, to because Domino's back then promised your pizza 30 minutes or less.
Mm-hmm.
And the Noid was there to disrupt that and, take long time for your pizza to get there. But that he was there to thwart Domino pizza deliveries.
Noid hates hot quality pizza. He loves to make your hot pizza ice cold. Call Domino's Pizza and avoid the Noid. We keep the cold out and all this quality in. So when you want quality pizza hot and delicious, Domino's Pizza delivers. One call does it all.
Yeah, so somebody was like,
Hey,
this is gold. We have to make a video game out of this.
let's make a game out of this.
I've never played the game. I don't know much about it, but I mean, it's got to be trash, right? Like,
I didn't play it. I never played it.
oh,
Never
okay.
played it. Never played it. I know what it is. I know what the Noid is. Like I said, and I remember the game coming out. I never actually played it because I kind of had no interest.
Well, I'll leave it up for you guys to debate. You guys can tell us if it's good or not. We haven't played it. I don't really have an interest in playing it either, so I doubt that's happening anytime soon.
The next mascot though, you and I both played it. We spoke about this game numerous times on our videos, and that's Cool Spot for
Yeah,
7
Cool
Up.
Spot is one of the games where it doesn't matter if you get the SNES or the Genesis version. They are both very good.
They were really good. 7 Up, the little dot, the little red dot on the bottles. They turned them into a mascot, and they made a video game out of it, and it was actually really good.
Like everything else in the 90s. Throw some sunglasses on him, and he'll be cool.
Make them cool. Yeah, put little sneakers on them.
Yep. I mean, I feel like nobody drinks 7-Up anymore anyways. Like, I feel like they really died when that little character died. When's the last time you got 7-Up, Wes?
I don't know. I kind of stopped drinking soda like years ago, so
Okay.
I don't know. Is 7 Up still around?
Oh yeah, it's still around. I don't know
Okay,
who's drinking it, but it's there.
okay. Because I know they got rid of one of them. To Starry now took their spot. I don't know which one it was. I think Sprite's still around. Or
Sprite's still around, yeah. So you're saying that Starry replaced 7-Up, or are they just like
I
a
don't
third
know.
one?
I think it's a third one. Sierra Mist. I think Starry replaced Sierra Mist. So I guess 7 Up is still around.
Yeah, it's still there as far as I know.
Okay.
I just don't know who's drinking it. They don't
I
have a
don't,
cool mascot to make you want to drink 7-Up anymore.
I don't know. But cool spot if anybody's interested. As far as the price wise, it's not crazy expensive. On the Genesis, a complete in box, you're looking at about $20.
It's a steal.
Super Nintendo, complete in box is a little bit more pricier. You're looking at $62. It is definitely well worth it.
Yeah, it's a good game. You're paying more for the cardboard on Super Nintendo, obviously. If you have a Genesis, get the Genesis version for $20. I mean, come on,
Mm-hmm.
it's a no-brainer. It's a quality game, surprisingly. Is it going to blow your socks off? No, but you would be surprised that it's of a certain caliber, right? Cool Spot goes to Hollywood. Now, this one I never played. If I remember correctly, didn't get the best reviews, but did you check out this one?
I did. I remember playing it back in the day when it came out. It wasn't as good as the first one. Still side scroller, platform type of game, with cool spot in it. But I didn't remember spending too much time on it, to be honest with you.
What I want everyone to think about for a minute is that first game must have been good because they made a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
It sold enough copies where they made a sequel to a 7-Up characters video game. Think about that for a few minutes. Let that sink in. Reflect on your life a little bit. What the hell? The next two, Wes, I don't know anything about.
You know what? It's funny because I saw these games out in the wild recently, and I totally forgot they existed. But as awesome as Cool Spot was, these two, from what I hear, are nowhere near as good, and that's the Chester Cheetah games.
I feel like I rented one of these, but I don't want to say which one because I don't remember. This was ages and ages ago, this would have been in like the mid '90s, probably. I was a little kid. I have no idea which one I rented, or this was actually in the early '90s because by the mid '90s I would have had like an N64. So this was probably, well, maybe mid. Could have been like '94 or something like that. But yeah, there's Chester Cheetah, Too Cool to Fool,
Mm-hmm.
and Chester Cheetah Wild Quest.
And for those who don't know, Chester Cheetah was the mascot for Cheetos.
Chester Cheetah here in one red-hot slingshot, itching to enter that Cheetos production center. My cool takes a pardon as I go bombarding those Cheetos snacks he's guarding. The cheese that goes! Crunch. It's not easy being cheesy.
And I think he still is the mascot. I still think they do commercials with him.
He's still around.
Yeah.
But no games.
Cheetahs are all right. Cheetahs are all right. They're a little bit overrated. They're all right.
I like the crunchy Cheetos.
I prefer the puffs.
I like the crunchy.
They get all stuck in your teeth. Way worse than the puffs. The puffs I can usually get out. The crunchy ones will stay in there for a minute. The only thing good about the crunchy ones is when they put the, you get the hot ones. What the hell are those called? What are they called? The hot Cheetos? Is it just hot Cheetos? Is that what it is?
I guess.
You never had them? Wes?
I'm not crazy about hot stuff. So no.
Oh, man. I'm pretty sure they're just hot Cheetos. I don't eat them often, but those are pretty good.
Yeah, but as far as gameplay wise, I do remember them. Side scrolling again. I think everything back then was 2D side scrolling platforming type of game.
Yeah, I don't know if they were both like that, but certainly one of them was like that 100%. Because if I played one of them, it would have been that type of game for sure. But I mean, this is just kind of like the one early. I don't really not going to go buy these, Wes.
No, no. But we did buy the next games on our list, which was the Burger King games.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got all three
Mm-hmm.
immediately. Like the first day, I think you could buy all three of them right away. Like you could just ask them, and they would like sell you all three games.
Yeah, yeah. The Burger King, the fast food giant, had their mascot, the King, the Burger King, in his own video games.
The Creepy King. That's what I'm just checking the prices now. The prices of when they came out. Burger King video games release price. Let's see.
I
They
want to say it was like
released.
$3.99.
You are correct, sir. Ding ding ding.
$3.99.
$3.99 when they came out.
Yeah.
And now, if you save them for this long, West, you've really increased your value to a whopping $5 each, no matter which one you're talking about. And with inflation, I'm sure you lost money there.
Yeah, because there were three. There was Sneak King.
Yep.
There was was it the kart racing game,
Pocket Bike Racer.
Pocket Bike Racing, and then there was a third one.
Big Bumpin' was like
That's right.
it was like bumper cars basically.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bumpin', trash. Get that trash out of here. Sneak King, everybody loved. It was okay in my opinion, but I really loved Pocket Bike Racer. I was playing Pocket Bike Racer all the time.
Hey, motion capture, you guys set?
Set.
Let's get a good tracking on this. Okay!
You alright?
The King's pain is your gain.
He's good.
Pocket Bike Racer, one of 3 new Xbox games, rated E for everyone. Make it a gift for $3.99 when you buy any value meal, only at BK.
I did, yeah. That was the one I played the most. I mean, I did Sneak King a little bit.
Me too.
I mean, the games weren't very long.
No, it was just something to mess around with. Like
Mm-hmm.
the fun thing about Pocket Bike Racer is it had online. Like you could play online against
Yes.
other people.
Yes, it
So
did.
I was loving that, man. I was talking trash, playing a stupid ass Burger King game, talking trash on Pocket Bike Racer. What a waste.
You know what? Those games were hugely successful.
Yeah, I'm sure that really pushed. That was a really smart thing for Burger King to do. Like Burger King now is like dead, bro. Like I think there's one Burger King in like a 50-mile radius from here. Like there's like none of them around.
I prefer Burger King over McDonald's any day.
What is wrong with you, Wes? What are you talking about? I prefer old Domino's. I prefer new Burger King. What are you talking about, man?
Yep, I've always preferred Burger King over McDonald's any day of the week. Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. How's that possible?
I just did, man. It's just how it is. Now, granted, if there was a White Castle's going to be my number one.
I only had a White Castle once or twice.
There's no White Castles near me, so it's Burger King.
Not a huge fan of White Castle. But the only memories I have of White Castle is eating and immediately having to go to the bathroom. Mick Kids on the NES. Played it a few times. Again, surprisingly, a good game. And it's like, I didn't write down the price, but I want to say it's under $20 for a loose cart. So not, crazy expensive. Obviously, if you want the box and stuff, it's going to be more expensive. But, quality.
What type of game was it?
Platformer. You're jumping around, you're side-scrolling, collecting some delicious fries, Wes. Better than Burger King fries, Wes. I forget what you do, but I think you do collect like McDonald's food, and like that's like your power-ups or like your energy or some BS. It's been a long time since I played it, but
Okay.
but it was good. It played better than you would expect, much like Cool Spot. Then we got another McDonald's game, which this one I've never played. McDonald's Treasure Land Adventures for the Sega Genesis. Now, usually Sega Genesis games complete in box, not that expensive because you got those plastic clamshells.
Mm-hmm.
Not the case with this one. $160 if you're looking for that today. For a McDonald's game.
I I could picture the cover in my head. I never played it, but I remember seeing it, and I know exactly which game that is.
I can also see the cover. I don't remember what kind of game it was, but I would assume, just like the rest, that it's probably an action platformer. And it probably had a lower print run since there was, since there were $160, and the game is probably decent. That's just my assumption, though.
Okay, all right.
Next up, we got a Japan only game. Pepsi Man.
Yes, Pepsi Man.
Since we're going down this rabbit hole, before we even talk about the game, Wes, are you a Pepsi Man or are you a Coke Man? What do you got here?
Well, I said I stopped drinking soda a while ago.
Okay, but when you did,
I was a Dr. Pepper person. I'm just disappointing you all over the place tonight.
Dr. Pepper's fine. It's fine. But it's not acceptable to take it over a Coke or a Pepsi. Come on, man. Come on. If you had to pick a Coke or a Pepsi, if you went to a party and all they had was Coke or Pepsi, which one are you taking?
It doesn't matter to me. Pepsi, to me, Pepsi was a little bit more sweeter.
Okay.
I mean, I lived through the whole clear Pepsi or clear Coke.
Clear Pepsi.
Oh my God, it was like pure sugar.
Yeah.
God. So it doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. My wife has always been she prefers Pepsi.
Okay.
Over Coke, so yeah.
I thought I did too, but I was wrong.
Oh, so you're a Coke person.
I'll tell you a quick little aside, very quick aside. During the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, they had something called the Pepsi Challenge.
We're hitting the road with the Pepsi Challenge to see if people prefer the taste of Pepsi or Coca-Cola. You like Coke?
Yeah.
So how many Cokes you drink a day?
One at breakfast, one at lunch, and one at dinner.
You think we can change your mind?
You want to try?
Let's take the Pepsi Challenge.
Let's do it. I like that one.
What about about 3 Cokes a day?
I guess it's going to be 3 Pepsis a day.
Which one are you going to take home with you today?
Take Pepsi.
In taste tests nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi over Coke. So take the Pepsi Challenge and let your taste decide.
And they would give you 2 cups, put Pepsi in one, Coke in the other, not tell you which one is which. Went to a concert. They had that Pepsi Challenge thing there. I took it 3 times in the same day. Always was a Pepsi person up to this point in my life. I picked Coke all 3 times, Wes. Immediately stopped buying Pepsi, started buying Coke. How could it be wrong? So their marketing worked against them.
In that instance, yes, it did. It did. It did. But we got Pepsi Man.
Pepsi, please.
So Pepsi Man, for those who don't know, was a hidden character in Fighting Vipers for the Sega Saturn.
Yep.
In the Japanese release. After you beat the game, if you did certain things, he would pop out. So they took Pepsi Man and put him in his own game for the PlayStation, and it was only released in Japan.
That begs the question, what the hell was happening in Japan during this time? Like, what was their obsession with this Pepsi Man? What was going on over there?
I don't know, but he was like a silver android, and he had like the yellow and blue Pepsi symbol like going down his chest.
You guys got to look up the game. I'll try to put a clip up or something for you. It looks like ridiculous. It's like an endless runner, sort of, right? Like he just keeps running, and you're jumping over crap, and like.
Yeah, it was so funny because I was huge into importing then, and knowing it was coming out, me and my friends were like, "We have to get this game. We have to get this game." But it was so hard to get, even on an import side.
That's
because
crazy.
Even like now, to find a Pepsi Man imported for the PlayStation, it's $165.
Did you ever find it and play
No, no,
it?
no, I did not.
You got to correct that wrong, Wes. You gotta find when you go to too many games, you gotta find like a Japanese import section. Like, listen, I missed out on Pepsi Man when I was younger. I need Pepsi Man in my life.
I need Pepsi Man. You know, I'm going to add that to my list just to see if I could find it.
If you find it, snap a picture. Don't waste $160 on it. Just take a picture of it so we know you found it.
Oh, if I find it, I'm buying it just to have it in my collection.
Oh man.
But then we had another famous beverage mascot.
Now this I stumbled upon this doing research for the show. I had no idea that this even existed, but Kool-Aid Man.
Kool-Aid Man. Kool-Aid had a video game for the Atari 2600 and the television. I don't remember that game at all.
I didn't even know this existed until I started looking stuff up. But I imagine you're doing what Kool-Aid Man does and like breaking down walls. You're just like running through walls and like freeing hostages or something. I have no idea.
You know what? We were talking about this. I'm like, you know what? I have to find this. I have to play this. You know, on like an emulator or something, just to see what it is.
I mean, Kool-Aid was big in I guess it would have been like the late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing those commercials. I remember asking for Kool-Aid. I don't know why that appealed to anybody. It was just a giant pitcher filled with Kool-Aid that was their mascot with the face on it.
Yeah, with the face busting through walls and, you know, yeah, the Kool-Aid Man, the Kool-Aid house. Like my house was considered the Kool-Aid house because like all the kids hung out at my house.
Did you have Kool-Aid? Is that why they called it?
I don't know. That was like one of the commercials. That was one of the commercials back in the day. It was
Okay.
like, the kids all hung out.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
At the Kool house, and then the mom always served Kool-Aid. I don't know. But anyway, if you find Kool-Aid Man for the Atari, it's actually like $60, like $58 right now.
That's surprising.
Complete in box. So, yeah.
It probably also didn't sell well, which is why it's $60. I'd imagine there's probably like 10 copies in existence and no one cares.
Probably.
Maybe I'll add Kool-Aid Man to my list and start scouring at SoCal for Kool-Aid Man.
It'd be interesting, but my interest is peaked, so I'm gonna probably play it just to see what it is.
Then we have the California Raisins. Now, I loved this show when I was a kid growing up. I don't know if it was in the 80s or 90s. I couldn't tell you when. But I remember watching it on TV. I don't know if it was like a short. They were like claymation, though, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I really dug them. And there was a game, which you didn't know about. I introduced this to you just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I did not know. I remember the show. I remember the specials, the California Raisins specials. Because California Raisins, I don't like raisins anyway. But then they turned their raisins into mascots and had TV shows, and
they sung and danced. They had like
they did
going on. I hate raisins also. Hate them. They're gross. But I like the California Raisins.
But the California Raisins had they had their own TV. They had their own TV movies. But then didn't they do like a Saturday morning TV show as well?
Maybe that's what I'm remembering. I really don't fully remember. I just remember there was like a claymation thing, and I enjoyed.
They were all claymation, yeah. But I didn't know they made a game. I never knew they made a game.
Yeah. If you guys could find a complete in box copy, it'll run you $90 too. And I have no idea what kind of game this is. It's probably a side-scrolling platformer, just like the rest of them, I'd imagine.
Most likely. I mean, if it's on NES, most likely.
Yeah. Next up, I'm just going to lump these together. I don't have the energy to go through these one by one.
Just one big clump.
Yeah. Like a big pile of them. There's a big pile of M&M's games. And there's probably some on more systems. I got exhausted researching this. So there's M&M's Mini Madness on the Game Boy Color. Then the PS1, there's Shell Shocked. Then the Wii came along, and there's at least 3 games on the Wii. There's M&M's Adventure, M&M's Kart Racing, M&M's Beach Party. I don't understand how these games sold enough for them to continue making them.
Because M&M's, the characters themselves are so popular.
Why?
Bro, the M&M's have their own store. Come on.
I know. I mean, they are delicious.
They are, but the characters themselves and each color has their own personality. The M&M characters are hugely popular. Hugely popular.
But
So
I don't understand why.
I don't know why either, but they are.
Here's another thing I don't understand about M&M's. This is an aside also. Wes, it's 2025.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 40 years old. Can you explain to me why they've been showing the same Christmas M&M's commercial since I was like 10 years old?
Ow!
So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist!
They do exist. Santa?
Oh, the one
They'll
with
show
Santa
it. Yes.
sneaks in. Because
That commercial is ancient.
it's timeless.
But it's 2025. Isn't it time to make a new one? Isn't it time? If you like that commercial so much, just do it again. Make it different. A little bit.
It's fine. It's one that will never age because it always fits.
When I'm watching my 4K HD TV
Mm-hmm.
and a commercial comes on that was designed for CRTs, it's very obvious it wasn't from this time frame. Like, it's from literally another century ago. What the hell? What are they doing?
But yeah, there's a bunch of M&M games, and so again, are they cash grabs just to throw out there? But obviously, the games were popular enough because they keep making them.
The only one that like even I would think about trying is probably kart racing. Like kart racing, all right, like a Mario Kart style games with M&M character. All right, maybe that works. But then we got Beach Party. What am I doing in Beach Party? Am I playing like volleyball with the M&M's characters? What are other beach games you would play? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Are they drinking? That's what I like to do on the beach. Are these M&Ms getting wasted, Wes?
Probably not, because they were targeted for kids.
All right, so there's your M&M games. Speaking of drinking, Tapper in the arcade, Budweiser, awesome.
There you go.
Tapper's a badass game, man.
I love Tapper. I love Tapper in the arcade. Could that be a brand mascot? No, but
not a mascot.
But Budweiser did make a game initially,
which is interesting. That's very interesting. Like a beer video game. Like they had the foresight to do that, and probably the late 70s, maybe early 80s is when they came out.
It was an 80s game. It was definitely an 80s game because I remember playing it plenty of times in the arcade.
Eventually, they cleaned it up and made it root beer Tapper. So
correct. And I want to say it was sponsored by A&W, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
But you play as a bartender, and it has a tap, and you have to serve the patrons as they come along the bar, and you fill the cup up, slide the glass down, and
there's like 5 bars, and there's like a longer bar, and each as you go up the screen, each bar is a little shorter, so it's like it's very chaotic.
It's very chaotic.
If you like games like Diner Dash or something like that, that's it's not exactly the same, but it probably fills that same hole in your heart.
Yeah. Budweiser Tapper. It was really good. To this day, I enjoy it. I remember downloading it for 360, like when they had the arcade, and it was a little tough to play on the controller because I was used to playing it on the stand-up arcade cabinets, but it's classic.
that game is so good that I still go back. It's on my my Xbox. I can still go play it,
Mm-hmm.
and I still go back and play it today. Like if I see that on there, I'm like, oh, play it for 5 to 10 minutes and I'm good.
Oh, yeah, that's all you need. That's all
Yep,
you need.
it's great, great game.
That's all you need.
So we're gonna stop this segment here. We're gonna talk about some Disney games in a minute, but before we do, if you guys have any comments or recommendations that we left off, please drop a comment. Let us know. I'm sure we missed a bunch of stuff. Let's have that conversation in the comments. So go ahead and do that for us. We definitely appreciate it.